Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're getting to hear from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 17, Text number 27. Please repeat. Acharyam avijaniyan Navamanyeta karachit Namarcha buddhya suyeta Sarvadeva mayo guru Acharyam mam vijaniyan Navamanyeta karachit Namarcha buddhya suyeta Sarvadeva mayo guru Acharyam mam vijaniyan Navamanyeta karachit Namarcha buddhya suyeta Sarvadeva mayo guru. Maharaj, please chant. Acharyam mam vijaniyan Navamanyeta karachit Namarcha buddhya suyeta Sarvadeva mayo guru. Anybody else? Jayamam Daniyan Navamanyeta karachit Namarcha buddhya suyeta Sarvadeva mayo guru. Acharyam mam vijaniyan Navamanyeta karachit Namarcha buddhya suyeta Sarvadeva mayo. Any Matajis? Hari Haribo! Word for word, please repeat. Acharya. Mom, myself. Vijaniyat, one should know. Na avamanyeta, one should never disrespect. Karachit, at any time. Na, never. Martya buddhya, with the idea of his being an ordinary man. Asuyeta, one should be envious. Sarvadeva, of all demigods. Maya, representative. Guru, the spiritual master. Translation. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods. Please repeat. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This verse appears in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela 146. His Divine Grace Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pravajakacharya Ashotarasata Shishimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has commented on this verse as follows. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11:17-27, spoken by Lord Sri Krishna when he was questioned by Uddhava regarding the four spiritual orders and social orders of society. He was specifically instructing how a brahmachari should behave under the care of a spiritual master. A spiritual master is not an enjoyer of facilities offered by his disciples. He is like a parent. Without the attentive service of his parents, a child cannot grow to manhood. Similarly, without the care of the spiritual master, one cannot rise to the plane of transcendental service. The spiritual master is also called Acharya, or a transcendental professor of spiritual science. Manu Samhita 2.140 explains the duties of an Acharya, describing that a bona fide spiritual master accepts charge of disciples, teaches them the Vedic knowledge with all its intricacies, and gives them their second birth. The ceremony performed to initiate a disciple into the study of spiritual science is called Upaniti, or the function that brings one nearer to the spiritual master. One cannot be brought nearer to a spiritual master. One who cannot be brought nearer to a spiritual master cannot have a sacred thread, and thus he is indicated to be a Shudra. The sacred thread worn on the body of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya is a symbol of initiation by the spiritual master. It is worth nothing if worn merely to boast of high parentage. The duty of the spiritual master is to initiate a disciple with the sacred thread ceremony. And after this samskar, or purificatory process, the spiritual master actually begins to teach the disciple about the Vedas. A person born a Shudra is not barred from such spiritual initiation, provided he is approved by the spiritual master, who is duly authorized to award a disciple the right to be a Brahmana if he finds him perfectly qualified. In the Vayu Purana, an Acharya is defined as one who knows the import of all Vedic literature, explains the purpose of the Vedas, abides by the rules and regulations, and teaches his disciples to act in the same way. Only out of his immense compassion does the personality of Godhead reveal himself as the spiritual master. Therefore, in the dealings of an Acharya, there are no activities but those of transcendental loving service to the Lord. He is the supreme personality of servitor Godhead. It is worthwhile to take shelter of such a steady devotee who is called Ashraya Vigraha, or the manifestation or form of the Lord of whom one must take shelter. If one poses himself as an Acharya, but does not have an attitude of servitorship to the Lord, he must be considered an offender. And this offensive attitude disqualifies him from being an Acharya. The bona fide spiritual master always engages in unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By this test, he is known to be a direct manifestation of the Lord and a genuine representative of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj Ki! Such a spiritual master is known as Acharya Dev. Influenced by an envious temperament and dissatisfied because of an attitude of sense gratification, mundaners criticize a real Acharya. In fact, however, a bona fide Acharya is non-different from the personality of Godhead. And therefore, to envy such an Acharya is to envy the personality of Godhead himself. This will produce an effect subversive to transcendental realization. As mentioned previously, a disciple should always respect the spiritual master as a manifestation of Sri Krishna. But at the same time, one should always remember that a spiritual master is never authorized to imitate the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. False spiritual masters pose themselves as identical with Sri Krishna in every respect to exploit the sentiments of their disciples. But such impersonalists can only mislead their disciples, for their ultimate aim is to become one with the Lord. This is against the principles of the devotional cult. The real Vedic philosophy is Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, which establishes everything to be simultaneously one with and different from the personality of Godhead. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami confirms that this is the real position of a bona fide spiritual master and says that one should always think of the spiritual master in terms of his intimate relationship with Mukunda, Sri Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbha 213 has clearly defined that a pure devotee's observation of the spiritual master and Lord Shiva as one with the personality of Godhead exists in their terms of being very dear to the Lord, not identical with him in all respects. Following in the footsteps of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and Srila Jiva Goswami, later acharyas like Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur have confirmed the same truths. In his prayers to the spiritual master, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur confirms that all the revealed scriptures accept the spiritual master to be identical with the personality of Godhead because he's a very dear and confidential servant of the Lord. Gaudiya Vaishnavas therefore worship Srila Gurudev, the spiritual master, in the light of his being the servitor of the personality of Godhead. In all the ancient literatures of devotional service and in the more recent songs of Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and other unalloyed Vaishnavas, the spiritual master is always considered to be either one of the confidential associates of Srimati Radharani or a manifested representation of Srila Nityananda Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Om Jnana Janandana Salakaya Chaksharanandamjena Tasmai Sri Gurave Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitina Sati Devi Gauravani Vacharine Nirdishesha Zanyavadi Vachatya Desatarine Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhattavrinda.
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhattavrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Mangakaroti Vacharam Pangulangayate Gam Yat Kita Taman Vande Siganidhanam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishram. Hari Om Tat Sat. Last night I listened to 4 lectures.
Last night I listened to a 4 lectures.
This verse and its purport.
This verse and this purport.
The verse Kiba Nepra Kiba Nasi Sudha Kininoi Jai Krishna Lita Jani Say Guru Hoy.
And the verse Kibra Vipra Kribyanai.
Kiba Shudra Kenonai Say Guru Tetwa
Also the verse Lord Chaitanya, the instructions he gave in South India.
And also the instructions that Lord Chaitanya gave in South India.
Tare Dakho Tare Goho Krishna Pradesh Ama Agya Guru Hoya Tara Idash.
यारे देखो तारे कहो कृष्णोपदेश आमार आज्ञा होय गुरु तारा ए देश.
Also a lecture by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that he wrote about taking the position of Guru.
Also a lecture given by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that was written down describing the position of being a guru.
It was very interesting.
It was very interesting.
And I forgot that I had an early program this morning.
And I forgot that I had an early program in the morning.
I was listening.
I was listening and listening.
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was especially erudite as always.
Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was especially erudite as always.
He says, here I'm sitting in a raised seat, getting garlands and homages from all sides.
He said, here I am sitting on a raised seat and getting garlands and homages from all sides.
how he must think that he's very arrogant.
He was thinking, others must be thinking he's very arrogant.
What a brute.
A brute.
And even he likes it.
And even he thinks that he likes it.
And then he went to explain that this is the order of Lord Chaitanya.
And then he went on to explain, this is the order of Lord Chaitanya.
And this was the order of my Guru.
And this was the order of my Guru.
That to deliver the message of Krishna to everyone.
To deliver the message of Krishna to others.
So, in carrying out the order of my Guru, if I have to be a Guru, then so be it.
So in carrying out the order of my Guru, if I have to be a Guru, then so be it.
I am willing to go to hell, to eternal damnation, to follow the order of my Guru.
I'm ready to go to hell for eternal damnation to follow the order of my Guru.
He went on speaking like that.
And he went on speaking like that.
And he said that even a drop, a speck of dust from a lotus feet of my Gurudev.
And he said that even a drop or a speck of dust from the lotus feet of my Gurudev
is enough to deliver crores of critics like yourself.
Is enough to deliver crores of conditioned souls.
Critics, conditioned souls, critics.
Critics and conditioned souls.
Critics are conditioned souls.
Critics are conditioned souls.
So it's very interesting. He said once, if you accept the duty of being a guru, then you're not going to tell them that the guru must be respected like non-different from Krishna.
So to accept the position of Guru, one must accept that one is worshipped as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Can I lie to my disciples?
Can I lie to my disciples?
Can I tell them less than the truth?
Can I tell?
Less than the
Can
truth?
I tell less than the truth?
So he was very forceful in his speech.
So he was very forceful in his speech.
Similarly, Prabhupada in the verse Kiva Vipra Kiva Nasi Sudra Keninoy Jai Krishna Deta Jani Say Guru Hoy. He said that being a Vaishnava is higher than being a Brahmin.
Similarly, Srila Prabhupada in the verse Kiva Vipra Kiva Nasi
Kiva Shudra Kenunai Say Guru Tattva Say Krishna Tattva Say Guru Hoy.
that a devotee of Vaishnava is even higher than a Brahmin.
That knowledge about Krishna is on the spiritual platform.
That knowledge about Krishna is on the spiritual platform.
And that Brahminical knowledge is in the mode of goodness.
And the Brahminical knowledge is on the mode of goodness.
And he said in order to spread the Sankirtan movement around the world, we have to use everyone who knows about Krishna.
He said for us to be able to spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world, we have to be able to use everyone who knows about Krishna.
So that was also very interesting.
That was also very interesting.
And then Lord Chaitanya's instruction to everyone he stayed at to be a guru, to stay as a grihastha.
And also Lord Chaitanya's instruction that everybody who should be a guru even when they remain a grihastha.
He said that the Brahman called Kurma, he said, I don't like this suffering in material life. I want to join you. I want to go with you. I want to be a sannyasi.
This Brahmana named Kurma told Lord Chaitanya, I don't like this suffering. I want to join you and go with you.
Lord Chaitanya said, don't say these things again.
Lord Chaitanya said, don't say this again.
You should stay with your family.
You should stay with your family.
And you should preach.
And you should preach.
The Sankirtan movement.
The Sankirtan movement.
You should preach the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
You should preach the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
This way, I will always be with you.
And in this way, I will always be with you.
And you will also come back to me.
And you will also come back to me.
So there Prabhupada said that one in Kali Yuga, they're not trained to be brahmacharis, and so it's not essential that they leave their ashram. They can be a grihastha, and simply they should preach.
And Srila Prabhupada said that one doesn't have to remain brahmachari. He can remain a grihastha. He can become a grihastha, remain a grihastha, and simply preach.
Whichever one finds convenient.
Whichever one finds convenient.
Some people like the Vairagya life.
Some people like the Vairagya path.
Most people like the Grihastha path.
Most people like the Grihastha path.
The point is to preach.
The point is to preach.
I came to the realization that we have so many Grihastha followers.
I came to the realization that we have so many Grihastha followers.
And if they can engage themselves in spreading Krishna consciousness from their house,
and if they can engage themselves in spreading Krishna consciousness from the house,
we can achieve great success.
We can achieve great success.
We already know that brahmacharis, sannyasis are very effective.
We already know that brahmacharis and sannyasis are very effective.
They have all the time to give directly to preaching.
They have all the time to give to preaching.
But our grihasthas, they should also take up this responsibility and spread the Sankirtan movement.
But the Grihastas should also pick up this responsibility and spread the Sankirtan movement.
One Grihasta couple came and apologized.
One Grihasta couple came and apologized.
They said, we didn't do as well as we should.
We didn't do as well as we should have.
But we ask your blessings, and next year we can do better.
But we ask your blessings, and next year we'll do better.
I said, how many devotees did you make this year?
I said, how many devotees did you make this year?
Only 76.
Only 76. Haribo!
So, even if one person can be made, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said that he considers his whole movement as a success.
Even if one makes one devotee, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, this is a success.
So each devotee can make 76 or 50 or 10 per year.
So if each devotee can make 76 or 50 or 10 a year, even one,
that will add up to so many more.
That will add up to so many more.
Anyway, the point is that we should always be thinking about Krishna.
The point is we should always be thinking about Krishna.
Never forgetting Krishna.
Never forgetting Krishna.
So we are Gosti Anandis.
So we are Gosti Anandis.
We're followers of Srila Prabhupada.
We're followers of Srila Prabhupada.
He wanted to increase the number of devotees around the world.
He wanted to increase the number of devotees around the world.
Someone asked me, when is the golden age coming?
Someone asked me, when is the golden age coming?
Like he was asking, when is it coming so I can take some rest, come back?
I'm sorry.
Like he was asking, when is it coming? Meanwhile, I'll take a little rest, come back.
In other words, when is it coming? Because maybe I can take some rest in the meeting.
I told him that when you bring it,
I told him, when you begin.
When you bring it.
When you begin. When you bring it.
Every one of us owe it to Prabhupada to try our best to bring in the golden age.
Every one of us owe it to Srila Prabhupada to try our best to bring it in.
How it gets run in is when a significant percentage of people take up Krishna consciousness.
All we want is that a significant number of people take up Krishna consciousness.
That's how the golden age starts.
That's how the golden age starts.
So it's not a big mystery.
So it's not a big mystery.
Simply to take up Krishna consciousness seriously yourselves and to encourage others to do so.
Similarly, to take up Krishna consciousness and to encourage others to do so.
Sometimes we put very high goals.
Sometimes we put very high roles.
I tell people, just try to make your parents devotees.
Just try to make your parents devotees.
They say, oh, they only chant 4 rounds.
And they said they only chant 4 rounds.
4 rounds is 2.5 million per year.
4 rounds is 2.5 million per year.
It's a significant amount.
It's a significant amount.
I just encourage them.
At least encourage them.
I encourage them.
I encourage them.
And then next year, they're doing 8 rounds.
And next year they did 8 rounds.
So, we should rather be very encouraging.
So we should rather be very encouraging.
And people naturally will like to do more and more.
And people will be wanting to do more and more.
Today, on the way down, several people pulled me over and said, like it was something very confidential. Happy birthday.
Today, on the way down, some people pulled me aside and said they wanted to say something very confidential.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
You see, the birthday comes every year.
You see, the birthday comes every year.
It tells us how many years we died.
It tells us how many years we've died.
But Vyasa Puja means how many years we can in eternal life.
But Vyasa Puja means how many years we've had eternal life.
So there, we are trying to serve Lord Nityananda, Radharani, trying to promote Krishna.
And then we're trying to serve Lord Nityananda, Srimati Radharani, and promote Krishna.
So that's, for me, much more important.
So to me, that's so much more important.
We're reading in the 12th canto how there are 4 kinds of annihilation.
By reading the 12th canto, we hear there are 4 kinds of annihilations.
One kind is that constantly our body is on self-destruction.
One kind is that our body is constantly self-destructing.
So, and at the end of this Lord Brahma's life, the universe goes under complete pralaya.
And then at the end of Lord Brahma's life, the complete universe goes into complete pralaya.
So, we're very fortunate that by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, we can go back, even in this lifetime, to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna.
So we are very fortunate that by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, that even in this lifetime, we can go back to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna.
And by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, we can understand in most confidential parts of Lord Chaitanya, of Lord Krishna's pastimes.
And by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we can understand the most confidential parts of Lord Krishna's pastimes.
So we should take this special mercy.
So we should take this special mercy.
I was remembering how Lord Chaitanya, he taught his toll alongside the Ganges as Nimai Pandit.
I was remembering how Lord Chaitanya on the side of the Ganges was teaching his toll as Nimai Pandit.
And thousands of students got a chance to see Lord Chaitanya and get instruction from him.
Thousands of students were able to have the opportunity to see Lord Chaitanya and get instruction from him.
And then he would, as a child, he would bathe in the Ganges.
And as a child, he would play in the Ganges.
And the whole town and all of it would go to the Ganges for their bath.
And that the whole town of Navadvip would go to the Ganges and take bath.
And they would see Lord Chaitanya bathing amongst them.
And they were seeing Lord Chaitanya bathing amongst them.
Lord Chaitanya was giving out his mercy.
And Lord Chaitanya was giving out his mercy.
Giving his association.
Giving his association.
I guess that's a message.
I guess that's the mercy. The message.
Anyway, you'll hear from me regularly. Today, I should hear from you.
So anyway, you hear from me regularly, and today I would like to hear from you.
But here Lord Chaitanya worshiped Lord Nityananda with Vyasa Puja.
Here Lord Chaitanya worshiped Lord Nityananda on his Vyasa Puja.
So this Vyasa Puja is something that's been handed down generation after generation.
So this Vyasa Puja is something that's been handed down generation after generation.
And today we remember how the Guru, he teaches the teachings of the Vedas, of Vyasadeva.
We should remember how the spiritual master teaches the teachings of the Vedas and Srila Vyasadeva.
He doesn't have the right to speculate.
And we do not have the right to speculate.
He tells the absolute truth as it's handed down by the Guru Parampara.
He tells the absolute truth as it is handed down by the Guru Parampara.
So whether one is a disciple of Prabhupada,
So whether one is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada,
or whether they're my disciple,
or whether they are my disciple,
Prabhupada's grand disciple,
Srila Prabhupada's grand disciples,
or whether one of my Shiksha disciples,
or one of my Siksha disciples,
or just a devotee here in the ISKCON movement.
or just a devotee here in the ISKCON movement.
We all have responsibility to carry out the wishes of our previous acharyas.
We all have the responsibility of carrying out the wishes of our previous acharyas.
And the Guru, his duty is to care for the disciples.
And the Guru's duty is to care for the disciples.
Care for all the devotees on behalf of previous acharyas.
And to take care of all the devotees on behalf of the previous acharyas.
I remember once I told Prabhupada, I want to serve you life after life.
I remember once I told Srila Prabhupada, I want to serve you life after life.
And he said, why do you want to make me come back?
And he said, why do you want to make me come back?
I thought I said the right thing.
I thought I said the right thing.
Then I said, I would like to serve you even life after life.
And then I said, I would like to serve you even life after life.
He didn't comment on that.
He didn't comment on that.
So, we hope that you all get back to Krishna, to Prabhupada in this life.
And we hope that all of you go back to Krishna and Prabhupada in this life.
And I'm trying to help you do that.
And I'm trying to help you to do that.
Haribo.
Haribo! 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 Haribo!
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.